Hello and welcome to Buzz News. I'm Theo Mitchell. Today is our anti-discrimination special, where we will be sharing stories about discrimination, tackling areas such as racism, sexism and ableism. The issue of homelessness in Bournemouth has grown in recent years due to the cost of living crisis. Growing costs mean many more are susceptible to this issue. However, volunteers work around the clock to supply resources for those in need. We spoke to Daniel Parkin, a community volunteer, about the discrimination homeless people face.
I think it's a perceived perception that homeless people are drug users, alcoholics. They tend to have had various challenges throughout their life, but media stories show that a lot of people are just one payday away from being out in the streets. So the financial implications is quite important. A lot of people rent. Rules again have changed where landlords can remove tenants quite quickly now.
According to the neurodiversity charity ADHD Foundation, on average, girls are diagnosed with ADHD 17 years later than boys, and the waiting list for an ADHD diagnosis in children is reaching a 4-year wait. A mother from Broadstone has waited a long time for a diagnosis for her daughter. She spoke to Buzz News about the impact this has had.
She was okay in school. She's really good at masking it. So the school didn't have a clue about anything that was going on at home. So she'd hold it all in at school and then come home and unleash the beast.
Buzz News has approached Poole Hospital for comments, but we have not yet received a response. We will have more on this story later. An academic psychologist has conducted studies into how fathers can also experience perinatal mental health issues. Ellie Hawkins reports.
Perinatal mental health applies to the period of time during pregnancy to 1 year after birth. Academic psychologist Dr. Andrew Mayers specialises in this and more recently has conducted studies into how fathers too can develop perinatal mental health issues. He wants to spread awareness on how important it is that they are no longer overlooked.
More than ever before, fathers are in that birthing room. They are witnessing what is happening. They are seeing potentially in front of them their wife, their partner, get into potentially serious trouble and that of their infant as well. What wasn't happening was the fathers weren't being informed about what was going on, what they could do to support, and the potential impact upon them on witnessing this and the potential development of PTSD. Fathers were consistently telling us that they weren't recognised as being part of that, that they didn't actually matter, that their mental health and their understanding of the situation didn't actually matter. Well, of course it does, to support them, to support the partner, and to make sure that their child's going to be okay.
Ellie Hawkins, Buzz News.
Taylor Handel is now here with the Daily Sports News.
As part of today's special, we caught up with the AFC Bournemouth women team to look how they've been tackling discrimination. Stephen Kadri found out more.
Women's football has seen a significant increase in participation over the last few years, with around 2 million women now playing football in the country. AFC Bournemouth women's manager Steve Cuss spoke about how the club has been providing more opportunities for not just the women's game, but also those affected by disability.
And I think the growth in the women's game has been incredible, but it's not just the actual game, it's about recreational level as well. So that's where my community hat comes on, and making sure that we've got sessions for young girls to be able to enjoy playing football throughout the week. And of course equality forms many different areas as well. Our disability programme that we have, making it accessible for everybody to play football, which is a big part of what we do in the community.
The club have also partnered with Her Game Too, a campaign looking to tackle sexism in sport. Steve Cuss spoke about how they've worked together to improve the women's game.
Yeah, I think Her Game Too, really good organisation, highlighting some of the discrimination areas within the sport and, you know, in a sensible way trying to approach it and address it. So we're delighted to be partnered with them. We have ambassadors that support our work within the community and with the girls and women's programme that we have here at AFC Bournemouth.
A big fixture for AFC Bournemouth this evening as they host Swansea City in the 4th round of the FA Cup. This will be a chance for the Cherries to head into the last 16. You're up to date with the Daily Sports News. Back to you, Theo.
That's all for now. Join us at 4:30 p.m. for your Tea Time News.